The 2019 MYGOLFSPY Most Wanted Ball Test is the most comprehensive golf ball test in the industry. We tested 36 individual tour quality golf balls, each hit multiple times with 3 different clubs: a driver, a 7-iron, and a wedge. For our first ever large-scale golf ball test, we used a robot. And I'm sure right now many of you are probably wondering why we used a robot. The answer comes from the top R&D experts from the industry that we've been consulting with for years on our testing protocols. Unlike the face of a golf club, which reacts differently depending on where and how it's struck, a golf ball ultimately reacts only to the force of impact. That being said, we had to use a robot to make sure that we got consistent impact numbers from ball to ball. For both the driver and the 7-iron, we tested at 2 different swing speeds. For the driver, we swung the robot at 115 and 85 miles per hour. For the 7-iron, we dialed that back to what the equivalent of someone swinging a driver at 115 and 85 miles per hour would swing with a 7-iron. We know that some golfers out there might find these swing speed choices a little odd, but it's important to understand that these numbers are largely linear between the two. That means a ball that performs slow at 85 miles per hour is also going to produce slower ball speeds at 115 miles per hour. The experts that we consulted with agreed that not only these were the best speeds to test, but also testing a third speed would yield little in the way of additional insight. For the testing protocol, we randomized the order in which the balls were hit, and we also switched every 2 swings to minimize the impact of environmental variables. Both speeds were tested with each club before we switched to the next. For the sand wedge, all shots were hit at the same swing speed. However, we tested with wet and dry golf balls. Preliminary research indicates that balls perform differently when wet as opposed to dry off a wedge, with noticeable changes in ball spin and launch angle during our testing. Data was captured using a TrackMan 4 launch monitor system over the course of 3 days. At the conclusion of the test, the data was then aggregated and checked for missing or anomalous results. Lastly, we were able to complete some compression testing after the test. It's important to note that there's no standardization between golf equipment manufacturers when it comes to compression testing. Our results may differ from what you get from the manufacturers. That being said, you can use these as comparative results in our test, but don't take them as absolute values.